Okay guys, now that you've got your pre-fit barrel, we're going to show you how to install it. Guys, to complete this task, you're going to need some tools. You're going to need a torque wrench in foot-pounds. If you have to remove the old barrel, you're going to want to use a breaker bar. You're going to need an action wrench, something to clean your threads with, and a thread lubricant. You're also going to need a quality barrel vise. This barrel vise here can be had for about $79 on Brownells. The one I'm going to be using is more of a commercial vise. However, you can get this vise on Brownells also, but most of you will probably not end up with this one. This little guy here works just fine. Let's get this action put on. First thing we need to do, guys, is clean up our mating surfaces and threads. Now, just because your action's new doesn't mean you shouldn't do this. It's always a good idea to get in there and make sure that we don't have any debris in the threads, and we're going to go ahead and clean up the end of the action and both sides of the recoil lug, as well as the flanging surface of the barrel right here in this corner. Okay, we're going to give that a quick wipe. We're going to just give it a good inspection and make sure we don't have any snagged threads. Maybe your package was dropped during shipping, maybe you dropped it, whatever it might be. Anyway, guys, got my action put back together here. Real quick, on a side note, when you go to clamp these barrels, especially if you're using carbon fiber, guys, we want to clamp right around the shank. Okay, when we use our vise, do not clamp to the carbon fiber. You can and most likely will damage it. I'm going to go ahead and install my action now. Now, when I'm installing this action, I'm going to want to use a little bit of thread lubricant. I'm using Never Seas today. I'm just going to use a little bit, guys. A little bit goes a long way. By the end of this video, if I get this on my little pinky, I'm going to look like the fucking Tin Man by the end of it. Be careful with this shit. Anyway, got my barrel lubricated. I'm going to go into my vise here. You can see that it's very easy for me to thread this on, okay? I'm not having to use both hands and really wrench on it. It's easy. The threads are smooth. They're clean. If I was having to really yank on it, guys, something's wrong. Don't force it, okay? Take it off. Look at it. Make sure there's no debris there. If you need to, give us a call. We're always happy to talk to you guys. Okay, you can hear it's flange up. It's stopped. I'm going to go ahead and insert my barrel wrench at this, or my action wrench at this time. Now, there's something worth noting here, guys. When you use this action wrench, it's important that you have inserted the action wrench all the way into the action. If you don't do that, and you got it out here and you're trying to twist, you're going to bend the action or damage the raceways at the very least. These actions are expensive. You don't want to do it. So make sure that action wrench is all the way in there. So here we go into the action. I've got this thing set. I'm going to set my torque wrench to 85 foot-pounds. That's where I like to torque non-magnum cartridges. Call 10 different gunsmiths. You get 5 different answers. Okay. At the very least, you should follow the manufacturer's suggested torque. Okay. I'm going to go 85 foot-pounds on this origin action. There it is. Torqued up. My next step, guys, is going to be to gauge my barrel. Now, we use Manson gauges. If you're going to use gauges, we request that you try to use the same gauges we do. That's a whole nother subject on why. These gauges we get from Dave Manson. I'm going to start with my go gauge. Now, when you're using a go gauge, you should be able to put the go into the chamber and close the bolt. That's telling you that the chamber is long enough to be within spec. Now, when you put your no gauge in there, you should not be able to close the bolt. Now, right here, I cannot close the bolt. However, if I was to lean on this and put all my weight on it, I'm not going to say we've had anybody do that. Okay, maybe we have. You will put a big dent in your chamber. Yes, you can probably get this bolt handle to close if you were to force it. Guys, you don't need to force it. The difference between most goes and nos and standard cartridges is about 3/1000 of an inch. That's about the thickness of a hair. Okay, it's just a way for you to measure the chamber to make sure that it's within tolerance and that it's safe. Okay, guys, next thing you need to do before you go shooting is get this barrel swabbed out. Get your cleaning rod out and push a couple patches down the barrel. We recommend you do this because if there's any debris in the barrel, you can get yourself hurt and you can get yourself hurt bad. Okay, it's your responsibility to make sure that that bore is free of obstructions. Guys, if you have any questions about what you saw here, shoot us an email to straightjacketarmory@gmail.com or call us at 307-707-3181 and we'll answer any of your questions. Thanks for watching.